afternoon. Thanks for everyone for joining us here today. With Election Day behind us, I know no one wants to hear another long speech, so I promise to be short, especially with the prospect of food and drink behind us. So I'll be short, I promise. I'd like to start by congratulating Mayor Armstead on his election to another 4 years in office. Clearly testament to his administration's successful record right here in Linden. Today's world, where the cost of doing business seems to be going up by the day, it's particularly impressive that the city of Linden has not raised municipal taxes in the last 6 years. So congratulations. Along with prudent financial planning, I believe it's projects just like this one that you see over here that have helped make Linden so successful over the years. CenterPoint Properties believes in investing in logistics properties located in strategic markets with access to critical regional infrastructure like ports, major interstates, and airports. So Linden checks all those boxes. We've got Port of New York, New Jersey. We've got I-95, and then of course our Newark International Airport. I love a good groundbreaking or ribbon cutting ceremony. It gives us the opportunity to thank everyone who got us to this point. I'd specifically like to thank our entire design team, most of which are here today, outside consultants, our contractor, and of course the City of Linden for all of their efforts to get us to where we are today. This site was the former home of a shopping center anchored by Walmart that had just over 250,000 square feet of space. Originally designed in the 90s and expanded over the years, the center ended up with some significant vacancy. Although it's my understanding that it did have some of the best pizza in town, but we'll get back to that in a second. In April 2018, with the growing popularity of online shopping, Mayor Armstead's administration proactively adopted a redevelopment plan that allowed for ultimately modern industrial warehouse space to be built here. Starting in early 2020, CenterPoint Properties began working with the city on the approvals to construct a new 321,000 square foot Class A distribution facility, a rendering of which you see behind me here. The facility's been designed to cater to the needs of today's demanding tenants and will include 40-foot clear heights, 50 loading docks, up to 100 trailer parking positions, and approximately 250 car parking spaces. We've also worked closely with our design team to incorporate a number of sustainability features into the project, including EV capabilities in the car parking areas and solar panels across the roof that we will be working with the New Jersey Community Solar Program through. Upon its completion, the new facility is expected to generate approximately 5 times the municipal tax revenue to the city of Linden as this same property did just in 2021. I believe that's the type of economic development that was envisioned when the redevelopment plan for this area was put in place. And we are, as CenterPoint, extremely excited to be a part of that. So before I wrap up, just a quick note on some of those former retail tenants that were here. What I've found very interesting about this project is how many of those tenants that were previously in this center elected to find another home right here in Linden, including Pizza Village, which is now right over on Southwood Avenue. And I know he couldn't be here today, but that's Alex Lospinoso's favorite pizza place, so I did it just for him. So I think, in all seriousness, I believe that's indicative of the type of environment that the city of Linden's created, one where businesses and residents alike want to be. CenterPoint's looking forward to being part of this thriving business community in Linden for many years to come. So with that, I'd like to bring up Derek Armstead to say a few words.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. First of all, for those of you who haven't been here before, welcome to Linden. As we say, leave it to Linden. Well, as mentioned earlier, we have lowered taxes 6 years in a row. And I don't think any other mayor or elected official in the state can say they've done that. We take pride in the fact that we're able to lower taxes. We always say the first rule in lowering taxes is that first of all, you have to want to lower the taxes. And secondly, you can't hire your cousin Jethro to be your top rocket scientist, especially if he knows nothing about rockets, because all you're going to do is be spending good money after bad. So we've taken a very, very strategic approach to trying to welcome new business into our town. And we're rapidly becoming what I would consider the warehouse capital of the East Coast. CenterPoint, we're glad to have you here. This over 300,000 square foot warehouse is just going to be one more of our attractions here in town. Again, as he mentioned earlier, 5 times the tax ratables that we were accustomed to getting here. And to me, that's a win. So I'd like to welcome you, and looking forward to you completing this project. And, and one thing I'll say is this: no mayor can do anything without a supporting cast. Now, when I first took office, there were 10 council members working against me, and I had one with me. That one person that was with me is Michelle Yamakaitis, my council president. And now we have 10 and they have 1. Okay. And I'm very happy that my council members work with me. I have Ralph Stratton here. He's the 7th Ward councilman. He's the gentleman who represents the Village Pizza now on Southwood Avenue. This area is also this area also, okay. And I have my sister, who's Lisa Orman, who's the 1st Ward council person, and we have Barry Javik, who's the 2nd Ward council person. So we have a history in Linden here. My grandfather came here in 1926. And so we have a lot of family in town. We're one of the first African-American families in town. And my grandfather had 12 children of his own and adopted 2 additional. So we are very connected to the community. When my father married my mother, there were 7 of them who were connected to in this town. And when I married my wife, I think she brought the whole island with her. So there's so many families that we're attached to. My father's sisters and brothers went to school with people in town. His children went to school with people in town. So we take this whole tax reduction thing very seriously, because I tell people I refuse to watch my families and my friends' families be taxed out of existence, be taxed out of their town. It's very personal. So we take this tax business very serious, and we look for investment just like this and better. We have a lot of things on our table that are going to basically ensure that Linden continues to move in the right direction, and our taxes continue to move in the right direction. That's going down. And it's not easy, but we work very hard at it every day. And again, once again, I couldn't do it without the supporting cast. And again, we have some other council members who couldn't be here. I have my secretary, Rebecca Kearns-Titoli, here. She's my right hand. We have Armin Figuerella, he's on our planning board, and let me tell you something. I was on the planning board myself. Armin is 94? 94 and a half, okay. Armin is a veritable cornucopia of knowledge. He's a wealth of knowledge. I've served on that planning board with Armin, and being on that planning board, it gives you a unique perspective of what the corporations and companies are doing in town, or what they want to do. And it was a very good education, and I thank Armin for all of the help he's given me over the years to see to it that I was able to be successful, not only in the planning board, but as an elected official. I do have Felipe Capesa in the back here. He's on our planning board also. And again, nothing happens without people on these boards who are willing to work with you and help you move these projects along. So I'm very fortunate to have a council that listens to me and works with me, not listens to me, they work with me. And I'm very fortunate to have a planning board who works with me as well. So without them, without them, I'm nothing. Okay. So we thank you once again for coming to our great town, and let's cut some ribbons and get a little grub. Thank you all. Ladies and gentlemen, what you see here is our newest development here in Linden, New Jersey by CenterPoint. It's the site of the old Walmart. It's going to be over 300,000 square foot of warehousing. And again, as I mentioned earlier, Linden is rapidly becoming the warehouse capital of the Northeast. And we're very proud of our accomplishments here. Basically, it's another project that will allow us to continue the tax stabilization here in Linden, New Jersey.